I want to create a new project in an Angular. So how to create a new project in an Angular? First of all, you have to create one folder, a separate workspace or a folder to save your project. So go to my computer and here you can check here. Go to E drive or D drive, any drive you can go and you can create. I'll try to create in E drive. Otherwise, there right click new folder. Rename the folder as ANG demo. ANG rest I will give the folder name. My target is I want to invoke the RESTful service in our Angular application. In E drive, I create one folder with name ANG REST. So open your command prompt. There you can create a new project. First of all, go to E drive, E colon enter. Is it clear? CD space ANG REST. So I'm going to my particular workspace. Is it clear? So currently I'm in E drive, ANG REST project folder. Now I'll try to create a new project in Angular. ng space new space project name. Is it clear? Some name I'll give as EMP current. ng space new space project name. Press enter. It will take some time to create a new project. And it will ask, do you want to allow the routing, Angular routing, yes or no? Yes. Enter. And again, it will ask you to select one styles. Just press enter. That is enough. So automatically, it will create one project. It will take some time. But after creating a project, you have to go to your particular project location. Is it clear? And then you have to install the NPM. NPM is a node package manager. It is the largest library which will provide all the modules that are required for your Angular application development. Is it clear? Angular is a framework. In order to develop any application, this framework, you have to take the support of a lot of predefined code. That predefined code is provided by NPM, node package manager. NPM is the largest library. Is it clear? It is a node package manager. So sometimes the problem is this NPM is not installed properly, means the node modules will not be loaded properly. So you need to install the NPM also in order to run the project successfully. By default, every application will run under a specific port number. Your Java application will run under 8080. Your JDBC will run under 1521. Your MySQL will run under 3066. Like different port numbers will be available. Similarly, your Angular application also will run under 4200 port number. Every application will run under a specific port number. Database server also will run under a specific port number. Your application, but in Spring Boot, you have a flexibility to change the port number. Like application.properties file, there you can change the properties. Server-port is equal to some port number you can give. Even advanced Java also you can give. So that is very, very important actually. Okay, na? So Angular application will run under 4200 port number. Is it clear, everyone? This is a Node.js command prompt. It will come along with your Node.js. So just go to your Google and there you have to install actually Node.js. Just go to Google and type node.js. Automatically you will get. No need of everything you can download from Google only. You no need to worry about that. Just you type node.js. There you can go to your website. Is it clear? Just install. Just click on download. It will work. You watch my video. I already prepared one video how to install the Node.js. Is it clear? It will take some time to create a new project in Angular. Okay, now. So generally, basically, your Angular application is divided into three parts. One is components, other one is templates, other one is services. All are classes only. Component is nothing but a class. Service is also nothing but a class. Component mostly will write the business logic in component class. Ajax calls, REST API calls, that code will write inside the services. Very simple actually. Generally, Ajax means asynchronous JavaScript and XML. In olden days, when you develop the application in Java or .NET, the main complaint is, in olden days, total application is developed by using Java or .NET. So total application code is running on where? Server. Is it clear? And each and every time when the request is going to the server, the total page will be refreshed. Page refreshment is a main problem in olden application development. Is it clear? But nowadays what happened? Page refreshment, without refreshing the total page, I want to submit the request to the server. Then we have to go for Ajax. What is the beautiness of Ajax means? Submitting the request to the server without page refreshment. Nowadays, if you open Facebook or anything, you can see the notifications, right? When a new notification will come, only that portion will change. Remaining page will not be refreshed. That is because of Ajax only. So even though now your project is successfully created, but still try to once install npm also. Npm install. You can just type this command. Go to your project location. Something like cd space. What is your project name? EMP CRUD. My project name is EMP CRUD. So what is the meaning means? I am installing npm modules in my project folder. So just type the command npm space install, press enter. So all the node modules will be installed in your project. That is the extra command you have to write. And then your Angular project is successfully created. Now you can open your project and check whether it is working or not. So here you can open your Visual Studio Code. And here I'll try to go to File, Open Folder. There you can go to your E drive. There you can see what is the name I have given? ANG REST. I have given one name called ANG REST. Click on Select Folder. And my project is, I am opening actually. Trust the authors of all the files and click on Yes. Files in this folder. Click on Yes. So then automatically you will get all the project. Your ANG REST project, EMP CRUD came. Automatically the folder structure also will be available. When you create a new project, go to SRC, go to app folder. There you can see some files are there in Angular. First of all, you must have the knowledge on the folder structure in Angular. First of all, you can go to main.ts. Program execution starts from main.ts. But before this, first check whether your Angular application is running successfully or not. So go to terminal. Here you can go to terminal. There you can see new terminal. There you can run the project. By default, Angular project will run under port number 4200. This is my folder name. And here you can run the command ng server space -o, press enter. I think we have to go to the project location. We'll see. Yeah, in Angular project is running. I will change the location. CD space. What is the name of the project? EMP CRUD. Now currently I am in E drive ANG folder. My project location is EMP CRUD. Now I'll try to type the command ng server space -o. Press enter. Press yes. So successfully it is running because I installed npm module. Npm install command is required. This is Angular 12 version. And here by default Angular project will run under port number 4200. So go to your browser and type localhost :4200. Press enter. Okay, now then automatically you have to see the default project that is running actually. Some default code will be available. That code you can see. If you have the minimum knowledge on Angular, you will understand here this example because this is not Angular class now. So I got the output. So successfully my Angular application is running. EMP CRUD application is running. If you want to customize this code, you can customize. Here you can see some files are available. So generally when you develop any project, your project is divided into multiple modules. Generally, when you consider any project, your project is divided into different modules. Is it like some module 1 and module 2? In Angular project structure, you have one root module is there called as app module. And here you have some root component is there called as app component. And this component will have 3 files. One is app.component.html. Other one is app.component.css. Another one is app.component.ts. App.component.ts. Every file will have different components will be there. But these are the default default component. Module consists of components. Component consists of 3 files: .html, .css, and what? .ts. .ts is nothing but a class. In this class, it consists of some methods. In this method, you have to write some code. So you don't need to create any class manually. Are you following everyone? Just by default, these all setup will be available. If you go to your folder structure in Angular, here you can see different files are available. One is you can see some SRC folder. There you can see app folder. There you can see some files, app.module.ts file. Any inbuilt dependency injection mechanism is available in Angular. You don't need to create any objects. Okay, na? And here you can see your app.component.ts file, app.component.html file. Here you can see the default code is available. That is what this code only output you can see here. If you do any modifications here, it will affect here. You see, I will delete this entire code. This is the default code given by Angular community. Is it clear? So generally, I will try to delete this code and I will write my own code. Are you following? This is the default code. Just keep one last line code you keep as it is, route-routlet. Remaining code you can delete. Here you can write one code, something like this. Here you can write some h1 tag, and here you can print one message, welcome to Angular. Welcome to Angular, and check whether it is working or not. Save it. In Angular, you have a beautiful feature called auto compilation. Again, you don't need to stop the server and again start. If you do any modification, then automatically it will affect to your output window. Is it clear? So I got my application is running properly. So how the program execution will start in Angular? Generally, program execution starts from main.ts. Inside main.ts, you can see here the app module is there. The module is registered in main.ts file. So when you run the command like this localhost :4200, first of all, control will jump to main.ts. There it will search for root module, that is app module. And then control will go to app.module.ts file. Control will go to app.module.ts file. There it will search for component. Here you can see some bootstrap will be there. There you can see the component, that is app component. Then control will go to app.component.ts file. There it will search for the corresponding HTML file and CSS file. Then control will go to this HTML file. Is it clear? And there it will search for app.component.html file. It will execute this code, and the output of this particular app.component.html file was kept in index.html file. It is a single page actually within the app-root. Okay, now single page application means page refreshment will not be there. Total website output will be in what? Single page. Whenever the user, that is why when nowadays Facebook, Twitter, heavy traffic websites, they are focusing on single page. So the output will be displayed in this app-root. If you want to learn more about this single page, you can go for single page application by Kannababu in YouTube. You will get that video. Okay. I clearly explained some videos I kept in Angular. If you watch that video, you will get some clarity on basics also. But here my vision, my main concentration is on how Angular application will consume what? RESTful services. That is our main aim. That is our main target. Okay, na? So that is the reason. First of all, what I will do, I will show you the normal CRUD. So first of all, you must know the architecture of this Angular application. So I will try to develop the application Angular. So first I want to create one component. The name of the component I will give as app component. It is nothing but a class. App component is nothing but a class. Okay, now if you want to create your own component, you can create. And here I want to create one service. Class service. In Angular, decorators will be there. In Java, you have annotations will be there. In the similar manner, Angular also you have some decorators will be there. Annotations you can call or decorators you can call. So I want to create one component, one service, and .html file. And here I want to consume this inside service. I will use the Ajax calls to consume a RESTful services. Today we'll see how to develop this Angular application basically. So first of all, if you want to go to command prompt, that is terminal, Control C, press CLS. Very good. Now I want to create a component in Angular. The syntax to create a component. Component is nothing but a class. But you no need to create any classes. Just write the command. The class will be automatically generated. ng space, g space, c space, component name. I'll create one component with name register. ng means Angular. Generate a component in Angular with name register. Press enter. So automatically one component is created. Is it clear? So here you can see here. If you go top, you can see one component. 3 files will come here. One is component.html. Other one is component.css. Another one is component.ts. Another one is component.spec.ts. It is for doing the unit testing in Angular. We'll try to write the code in spec file. For time being, you can neglect that code. And then you can create a service in Angular. The syntax to create a service in Angular, ng space, g space, s space, service name. The name I will give as register. Press enter. So automatically one Angular service is also created. Service is nothing but a class. Register service.ts. It is a regular class only, but that class must be decorated with @injectable. Any class that is decorated with @injectable, then that class is called as a service. And component must be decorated with @component. All are classes only, but to identify the nature of that class, we have to declare some annotations. This is what we are happening. Actually, first we'll do a small CRUD operation example, then we'll go for RESTful services. So there is one inbuilt database that is available called JSON server. Which server? JSON server. You have to install that JSON server. It is an inbuilt database. Just for testing the Angular application, you have JSON server is there. The command is npm install space -g space JSON server. It is a command. You have to install this JSON server. It is a default server that is available. Like how you have H2 database in Spring, inbuilt database is there. In Angular, you have JSON server is there. Type the command. Is it clear? So it is installing the JSON server. And after this one, what you have to do? You have to start the JSON server. First, we are installing the JSON server, and then we are starting the JSON server. There is one default database file is available called db.json file. So how to start that JSON server means you have to type that command JSON space JSON-server space --watch space db.json file. So one file is automatically generated. And that JSON server will run under default port number 3000. So just control and click, you can see it is running. Is it clear? This is the default server that is available, JSON server. Is it clear? Here you can open this one. Did you understood? So first I am testing whether my Angular application is working properly or not with db.json file. After that, I will go to RESTful services. Is it clear? This is what you can do. Just go here. Just you can see some, by default, it will run under port number 3000. Here you can see some posts, comments, profiles are there. Just control and click this one. Then automatically what will happen? It will open actually. Did you understood? Just click this one. Where it is? I think it is opening here. This is the JSON format. If you want to customize this JSON database, you can customize it. How to customize it means, go to your file. There you can see one file is generated with name db.json file. Here you can see. Okay, just you can modify this code. You can delete this code. Is it clear? You can delete this code and here you can modify it. In place of post, you can keep something like EMP. This is my database actually, inbuilt database available in Angular. That is your JSON. Is it clear? Here I will try to give employee number. Here I will give something like e number is equal to some 101 I will try to give. And here I will try to give e name. In JSON, the data will be saved in the form of key and value pair format. In JSON, the data will be saved in the form of key and value pair format. E number is equal to 101. And here I will try to give something like e name colon. Here you can give some value, something like some Anil I will try to give. E number is equal to 101, e name is equal to Anil I will try to give. And here I will try to give salary. I will try to create something like what? Salary I will try to give. Salary colon, here I will give 20,000. Are you following? This is what the data will be saved in the form of key and value pair format. 20,000 also can give, no issues. So now no error. Once go to your browser and check whether your db.json file is working properly or not. Empty came here. Sorry, my name is what? EMP. What is my database name I have given? EMP. Press enter. So the data is displaying properly. Now I want to design the view here. Is it clear? Generally, when you go to your file one, there is one file called app.module.ts. There you can see, and there you can see if you want to work with Angular, if you want to invoke the REST API calls or any database calls, you have to register the modules. Some modules you have to register. So first of all, you have to register the forms module. Is it clear? And here by default, I want to run this my Angular services. What is my service I created? Register service. Just you register here under provider section. Generally in app.module.cs, you can see 4 files are there. @ng module. There you can see declarations, imports, providers, and bootstrap. What is the use of bootstrap means? It is used to set the default component that we want to execute. By default, I want to execute app component. And providers. Providers, you have to inject the services within the providers. You already know about singleton object. Singleton object means object is created only for one time, and that object is used anywhere throughout the application. That type of object is called as what? Singleton object. In Angular, all the services are singleton objects only. Just you have to register that particular service inside the provider section, so that the Angular framework will create an object for this particular service, and that object is used anywhere throughout your application. That is the beautiness of Angular here. And I will try to register two more modules here. One is forms module, because whenever you want to work with any HTML controls, form controls, you have to register this module. And apart from this, I will try to register one more module called HTTP client module. HTTP client module. This module is also very important for AJAX calls. In order to work with AJAX calls, you have to use this module, HTTP client module. But here some errors are coming because we have to import the packages here, modules. Import, here you can write from, here you can write @Angular/forms. Is it clear? Generally, those who are good in Angular, you will understand, because my main aim is not to teach Angular here. My main aim is to consume the APIs in my application. This is your forms module. Is it clear why I am getting error here? Is it clear? @Angular/forms. One more module is HTTP client module. Already there. Sorry. Already forms module is there. No need to write. And here you can import the HTTP client module. HTTP client module. No shortcut. You have to write. Import from. Here you can write something like @. Is it clear? @Angular/common/HTTP. @Angular/common/HTTP. And here you have to import the HTTP client module. Here you have to write HTTP client module. Fine. So that here now you can register the module names here. One is forms module and other one is HTTP client module. That's it. Then you will get the accessibility to use the HTTP methods like get, post, put, and delete. Because your Angular application communicating with REST APIs with the HTTP methods only. Are you following? So go to your register service. There what you can do, something like this. Here you can inject this dependency injection you have to do. Service is nothing but a class. In this class you can declare the constructor is there. In TypeScript you can declare the constructor by using constructor only. For this constructor you can pass the parameter private HTTP : HTTP client. HTTP client. It is a predefined class. So what we are doing, as we are mentioning this service name inside the app.module.ts file, what we are doing means we are intimating to the framework, please create an object for this service and please inject this object within your component. And here by writing this reference here, the framework will create an object for this HTTP client. HTTP client is a class. That class consists of some ready-made methods, get, put, post, delete. You can use that methods. In Angular, you can access the references by using this keyword. Okay, now here also you have to write one method. I will try to write one method called save user or save employee or save user. Here I will try to write one methods. And here I will try to write one more method, something like get user. Get user. Just to show you the output, I will try to use db.json, right? So here I will try to use the AJAX calls. Here you can see return this dot http dot get off. Here you can give the API URL. That's it. But generally here I am not using RESTful services. Tomorrow I will teach that one in the next video. But here I want to open this db.json file. I want to show you this. I want to connect to this particular database. So copy the URL. Localhost : 3000/emp. So here you can give the URL here. Is it clear? That's it. So this service will communicate with the db.json file, get the result and send the result back to what? Your component, and the component will render the output to the browser. Is it clear? First I am showing you this example. Then similarly go to register.component.ts file. It is also a class. It consists of here you can declare one constructor, and I want to inject this particular you can go to your register component.ts file. Register component.ts file you can go. Okay, now here you can go to your register. Close this one. Where is your project? This is your project, ANG REST. So here you can see somewhere you can find register.component.ts file. Okay, now here I will try to declare one constructor, and I want to inject the service object within this constructor. That is dependency injection. Yes or no? Means singleton object. Only one object is created. That object is injected within your application. Private reg. What is the meaning of private? Means the scope of that object is within this component only. You can use anywhere within the component. And the name of the service I will give as register service. IntelliGence will come. You don't worry. Is it clear? This is my constructor. So in this now in this constructor, out of this constructor, there is one Angular lifecycle method is there called ng onInit method. So I want to consume that particular service to my component. So here you can invoke the method. This dot object name reg dot, what is the method name? Get user. We used one method called get user dot subscribe method. You watch my videos Angular cut by Kannababu, you'll get some more clarity. There I explained clearly. RES is equal to greater than. Here I'll try to use something like it is a lambda expression. So what is the meaning of this means? Your component will communicate with service. Your service will communicate with the database, and database will give the result to the service. The result of the service is the input for this subscribe method. It is a callback function. Whatever the response that is giving by the service. Here, what is the meaning of this line? If you try to open this register service.ts file, where is that file? This is the file now. If you try to open this file, it is going to the db.json database, getting that particular data and giving this result to your what? Component, giving that result to your subscribe method as input. That result is stored in one variable, res. And I want to assign that result to one more variable, one collection I will take, something like emp list is equal to res. Means the database result I will store in one variable. So here what I will do, here I'll try to go to my register component. Here I'll try to create one variable, emp list colon any, something like this. Any is a data type in TypeScript which can store any type of value. So what I'm trying to tell means, component please go to where? Service. Service please go to database, get the result, send the result to the service. Service will send the result back to what? Component. The result of that component is assigned to one variable. That is what? Emp list. And this result I want to display in my front end. So here you can go to register.component.what? HTML file. There you can write the code, HTML code. Is it clear? There you can write the HTML code. I want to display the design also. So I will create that registration form first, enter employee number, and here I'll try to take one text box in HTML code only I'll try to write. Is it clear? Here you can see I'll try to write something like this, enter employee number, and here I'll try to take one text box, input to type is equal to text. Regularly HTML code I'll try to write, and here you can use ng module. It is a data binding. Data binding means whenever you enter the values in the text boxes, automatically these values are saved in the model variables. There's a good relation between view and model. Is it clear? Here you can throw the cursor, and here you can write enter employee number, employee name, and what? Salary. Here you can give enter employee name. I'll try to give some variable ename, and here I'll try to give enter salary. Here I'll try to give the variable name something like what? Salary. This is my, now after this I will try to take one button. I am getting errors because here I have not declared any variables in TypeScript class. So just go to your register component. Above this you can declare some variables, enumber colon number. Similarly, ename colon string. And here the syntax to declare the variable is different. And here salary colon number. These are the three variables. So whenever the user will enter the values in the text boxes, automatically these values are saved in these variables. That is TypeScript variables. Are you following, everyone? I think you are getting an error because you are not initializing any value, so you are getting error. Default values you can give if you want, otherwise you can edit. Okay, na? Save it. Number you can give 0 by default. This problem will be there. So here you can see now whenever I will try to take one button control here. I'll try to take one submit button. After this, I'll try to take one submit. Input to type is equal to submit. And here I'll try to give value. Is it clear? Value is equal to, I'll try to give save. I'll try to give what? Save. And here there is one event called click event will be there. Angular directives will be there. Different types of directives are there. Click event. So whenever user clicks on this button, I want to invoke one method, that is onSubmit method. I'll try to create one method called onSubmit method. I want to invoke this method. As this method is not available, you're getting an error. No issues. Go to your register component. After this ng on init, you can create one more method called onSubmit method. Bracket open, bracket close. So I want to invoke this method. But by default, ng on init method will get executed. Okay, na? And after this, I want to display the output. Throw the cursor to the next line. I want to bind the data that is coming from the database in my front end. So I'll try to display the data in the table format. So open your HTML table tag. Here open your TD tag, TR tag. And here open your TD tag. Display the employee number. And here again employee name and salary. One more TD, employee name. And here I want to display what? Salary. I am showing you first db.json CRUD. Later I will show you REST controller. And again, you can open one more TR tag. Now here I want to, within the TR, I want to write one for loop. HTML main purpose is to display the content on the browser. This data is basically divided into two types, static data and dynamic data. Static data means directly injecting the data within the HTML tags. Dynamic data means data coming from database and display the data in the HTML. So now generally, if you want to read the data from a collection, you will use for loop. In Angular also, you have some for loops are there. Here you can use ng for. Is it clear? Ng for is equal to, here you can write some code. Let user of EMP list. Means I'm trying to read the data from the collection. And collection is nothing but group of objects. So I'm storing the object data in a collection. I'm trying to read that single object and storing in one user. That is one variable, reference. one object I'll try to bring. And here in Angular, you have string interpolation is there, double brackets. So I want to display the data, user.enumber. Is it clear? And here user.ename and salary. I want to display the data in front end. And here I'll try to give salary. This is my design. Whatever the code you have to write inside component.html. This is the code you have to write inside component.ts. This is the code you have to write inside register.service.ts. So first of all, when you run the project, it will go to your, there you can see one database file is also there now, db.json file. As an here, if you want to insert one more employee data, you can insert. That is not an issue. This is a manual insertion of your db.json file. Here you can copy this, and here you can give comma, and here you can give one more employee, 101, 102. Here I'll try to give Sunil. Some data I'll try to insert here, and here I'll give some 30,000. Save it, and once run your port number 3000. Here you can see EMP. Press enter. So two records are there. So I want to display this output. Here you can save the project. Every file you have to save. Service you have to save. Component you have to save. Register.component.ts, register.component.html, and again you run your Angular application and check how it is working or any error is there, it will show you. I think better to again restart your server. So no problem, close it, and here you can see just run the db.json file, and here you can give the URL, that is EMP, enter. Now the output you can see here, actually two records are there. Now I'll try to run my Angular project. Here you can type the Angular project. You can run by typing the command Control C. and here you type ng server space -o, press enter. ng server space -o. So by default, Angular project will run under port number 4200. Here you can see your application is running successfully. Let us see here. Did you understand? So here it is compiled successfully opening. But still, because why it is not showing the output means we have to register. We have to tell that we want to run this project. Because by default, the app component is working. But I want to execute register component. So what to do here? You can go to register.component.html. Register.component.ts. There you can find one name with name app-register. By default in Angular, app component only will execute. If you want to execute this child component, go to app.component.html. Here you give the tag. So what is the meaning here is, you are telling that please execute this app-register and render the output to the browser. Okay, na? So here you can see 4200. So here you got the output. But data is not coming. We'll see that one, why it is not coming. Are you following everyone? JSON, here you have to give one more column, that is ID. Some data is there in this database I have created. Is it clear? So here I have one record is there, 101. But in one point you must understand, in db.json you have to give this one. Which one? ID is mandatory. ID column you have to give. In the yesterday's class I have given e number, so I replaced with ID. And I changed everywhere. In my component.ts also, I modified that e number with ID. Here you see. Yesterday I given ID, no? E number, no? Now I have given ID. And in component.html also, I kept ID. So here you can run this command, that is to check the db.json file. Here you can run this command. Is it clear? Already I am running. This is my output of my application. Before that, you have to run the db.json file. That file also you have to run. This is my command, localhost : port number is 3000. In order to run the database, one port number is required. This is my db.json port number is 3000 and emp. And my Angular application is also running here. Already one record is there, no? I want to read that particular record. So this code interacting with services, that is very important here in Angular. Is it clear? There are some ready-made methods for Ajax calls, like HTTP methods are there, get, post, put, as well as delete. So similarly, what I will do, I'll try to go to my register service.ts file. I'll try to go to my register service.ts file. There I have declared one method called save user. And I will try to pass some data, something like emp form data : any I will give the data type name. So whenever the user will enter the values in the text boxes, I want to save this data in my db.json file at runtime. So if you want to submit the data to the server, you have to use post method. So here I'll try to write something like return http this dot. Here I can use this dot http dot post of. Here you can give the API URL. So my API, in future I will give that URL, Spring Boot URL. For time being, I am using the inbuilt database URL, that is db.json file. Is it clear? And apart from this, I want to pass the data also. So here I will try to pass the input, that is form data. Are you following everyone? EMP form data I will try to pass. EMP form data. Just passing the data from your component to service. At the time of invoking this method, we will pass the EMP form data as input. This is how I want to use the save method. And here you have to go to your register.component.ts file. There also you have to write one method called onSubmit method. Because here if you go to your register.component.html file, there you can see whenever user clicks on submit button, I want to invoke this method, onSubmit method. So go to register.component.ts file. Here you write one method called onSubmit method. And in this method, I want to pass the values. First of all, I want to store the data in one object. So I will try to declare one variable here. Apart from this EMP list, I'll try to declare one more variable with name form data. Form data : any I will try to give. Any data type, so that you can store any type of value. And here I'll try to store the values in this particular object. So this dot form data is equal to, I will use some JSON format. This bracket open, bracket close. This is the format of JSON. Variable name colon value. ID colon. Here I'll try to use this dot ID. Because in Angular TypeScript, if you want to access the instance variable, you have to use this keyword. This is mandatory. This is optional in Java. Every object will have two references. One is default reference variable. Other one is user defined reference variable. This is the default reference variable given for object. So if you want to access the instance variable, this is required. This dot ID, comma, here I want to assign some variable, JSON variable, ename colon. Here I'll try to give something like this dot ename, comma. Here I'll try to give salary. Here, what are the column names you given? You observe here. E-number, ID, ename, and salary. Here I'll try to give something like salary, colon, this dot salary. This dot salary. This is one object. Yes, sir. Now my component will communicate with service. Here you have my registration service is there. So in this registration service, I want to invoke this method. You can invoke this method by using reference variable. So here you have some reference is there. What is the reference? Because we injected the service within your constructor reg. That is also reference. Any reference you have to invoke by using this keyword. So here you can write this dot reg dot save user of pass this form data. This dot form data. Is it clear? Dot, you have to use subscribe method. Subscribe is a callback function in Angular. Whenever you try to execute the service, the result of the service is the input for your subscribe method. Here I want to subscribe. Here I'll try to give something like res is equal to greater than. And here I want to, and if the service method is executed successfully, the result of the service method is assigned to this variable res. Now, after inserting the record, if you insert the employee details perfectly, then again I want to execute this code. So again, copy this code because I want to display the inserted record in my front end. Is it clear? Save user means record is saved in db.json file. After saving the record, I want to again invoke this get user method so that the inserted record will be displayed in your browser. Is it clear, everyone? Save it, save it, save it, save it. Here you can see, again, you can compile if you want. Go to terminal. Here you can go to new terminal. And here you can run this command. What is the command? ng server space -o. Press enter. Run the Angular application. The server command requires to run in an Angular project. So no problem. cd space emp crud. And now you can type the ng server command space -o. So it is working. Yes. Would you like to use a different port? Not. I think it's already running actually. That is why you're getting an error. Yeah. Failed to compile. Why this compile error came? Let us see. I think the URL is a problem in your register.service. Go to your register.service. There you can see this .http.post method. This .http.post of 3000 emp slash comma emp form data. It is right only now. emp form data. Right. This is right actually. Is it compiled successfully? Very good. You have to save after doing modification. You have to save. And auto compilation option is there here. Now here you see only one record is there. Now I'll insert one more record. 102. Here I'll try to give Sunil. Here I'll try to give 23,000. Click on save button. So yes, successfully it is working. 103. Here I'll give Ajay. Here I'll give 32,000. Click on save button. Successfully it is working. I'm trying to insert the record through Angular in my db.json. But don't forget to use this one. Which one? You have to start the db.json file. If the server is not on, then the records will not be inserted. Here, if you go and check in, verify in your db.json file, here you can see the new records are also available. Did you understood? This is how you can work with your db.json file. Now, how to consume the RESTful services in our Angular application?